When I was 18 years old, I went from small town city girl to big city university girl. I moved 1,000 kilometers away from home to go to UBC in Vancouver. And as a Bachelor of Arts student, I had to take a science credit. This was a full year course that was required, and I took physical geography. I have very clear memories of that course, one which I didn't particularly want to take or I didn't have an interest in, but was required to take as my science credit for the Bachelor of Arts degree. And a few clear moments stand out in my mind from that course. One is that I failed the midterm. And I remember getting my mark back and looking around me in a lecture hall of 300 people, realizing that I needed to figure something out and to study differently and change my study habits. But another really interesting moment happened to me in that class, and it was sparked by something that the instructor said one day. One day he looked out at us, this big crowd of 300 students, and he said, "How many people are here as Bachelor of Arts students taking their science credit?" And a whole bunch of us put up our hand and we kind of looked around at each other and said, "You too, huh? Not really a science person, don't really do charts and graphs and so on." And he said, "Well, if it's one thing I want you to take out of this course, it's an appreciation for your environment." And that really worked for me. I thought, I can do that. I'm not a scientist, I'm not going to be a geologist, but I'm interested in having a better appreciation for my environment. And so I changed my attitude as well as my study habits in the class. And at the end of the full year class, I remember my mom came to pick me up in Vancouver, and we drove home all the way from Vancouver to St. Albert, Alberta together. And all the way home, I looked out the window of the car and chatted my mom's ear off about what was going on outside. I could tell you how the mountains were formed, why the streams were moving in particular ways, why pebbles were in certain areas and boulders in others. I could look up at the clouds and explain why the formations were the way they were on that particular day. And I really truly had a deeper and better appreciation for my environment. So to you, my 219 and 220 students who may be taking English as a required course, and maybe you don't want to take another English course, but you're here because you have to, I would say the same thing that my professor said to me, which is this: I hope that you can take out of this class an appreciation for literature, so that my hope is that when you finish the class, you'll be able to pick up a newspaper or a fun novel to read, or anything that you happen to read, and have it come alive for you the same way that the environment did for me, and have characters and themes and nuances and underlying arguments pop out for you. As I said, the same way that I could gain an appreciation for my environment through my science class, I hope that you can gain an appreciation for literature and for reading and for learning. Thank you.